What's going on, guys? We're back with another video. Today we're going to be doing phase 2 of the 25 boost build. We're going with some Whiskey Throttle POWERSPORTS parts on this thing to make it go fast, breathe air, have wicked throttle response. We've got lots of parts to try out this year from Whiskey Throttle POWERSPORTS that I have not tried out. The only thing that I've tried out was their version 1 of the clutch kit. I'm going to be running version 2, so they kind of just updated it since I bought my last clutch kit from them 2 seasons ago. That is the IBEXX clutch kit. But first, we're going to take a look at this air intake, a modified 3D printed air intake that IBEXX makes for the Polaris Boost. A lot more surface area, lots of vents. Looks like a little bit of a plunger type thing on the bottom there. When you're running out of airspace, it'll open that up and allow more air in. This is for the pull cord side, so the other side comes out all the way to here, so it's really big. So that's going to be super interesting to see how well that performs, because I know I had a lot of bogging the last couple years. On the air side of things, we'll just keep going with that. This is the TRS Power Flow air valve. So this takes out the reed style ones that are in there in the back at the bottom right in front of the throttle bodies there. So it is actually a plunger design, in and out, you see that. So it only takes half a pound of boost to seal this off. So that's very interesting. I searched up a video on YouTube and seen that the reed style ones that are in there takes 45 pounds to seal those bad boys up. And it still leaks after they release the pressure. So the style that is in there doesn't seem like it's a very good design. So I'm excited to try this out and see if it really helps the throttle response and everything like that. So, but yeah, super excited to try this part out. All these parts you can find on the Whiskey Throttle website. He ships all over Canada. If you're in Canada and you want some parts, check out Whiskey Throttle POWERSPORTS. They have a nice website that's super easy to navigate and find all the parts that you want. Not complicated whatsoever to find parts on there. This is the titanium bolt kit. So super excited to see how some titanium bolts can lighten up the clutch. We got lots of bolts to lighten things up in there and look good while you're doing it. They got different colors in these. This is just raw. I think they got green, blue, gold, kind of like a smoked color, and black. So they got lots of colors on the website. Made by Whiskey Throttle POWERSPORTS. Have the clutch kit by IBEXX. Super excited to see how the version 2 of this clutch kit works, because version 1 was absolutely rowdy. So we got some spacers, got some roller bearings, secondary and primary spring, helix, and then we have the weights, magnet weights, because they can place the weight in more areas, really tune in where you want the weight, and if something's not working, you can really tune your weights to exactly what you want. Comes with a little card that you can scan in the package and tells you exactly what magnets put in here and how to make these up. So that's super handy there. You don't have to wonder and go searching. Just a QR code right in the box for you. So that's perfect. Everyone's going to tell you to run something different. So the guys who actually test the kits are telling you what to run, which is the way you want it. So that's going to make it super easy to install that. But some of the products that I'm really excited about is the TRS Power Flow Valve. Really excited to see how big of a difference that's going to make this sled. And the air vents those are the two things that I haven't ran before. A clutch kit, I already know that the clutch kit is absolutely insane. I've tested it. I ran my boost for at least a month and a half without a clutch kit, and it was just so like bottom end, like laggy. And even just putting the clutch kit in it made such a big difference. So I know that I'm gonna like the clutch kit. But enough talking, let's get to installing these parts. First off, we're gonna start with the TRS Power Flow Valve. So I'm gonna try to tackle this TRS Power Flow Valve. In all the videos that I've seen, you gotta take the tank off. So first step to that process is taking the hood and the side panels off. So let's get to it. The hood definitely feels lighter, unless maybe I just don't have all my regular junk in there. The sled torn apart, you have to take those off of there, There is a 10 mil bolt that was there. 2 10 mils back here. Dang, Mountain Motorsports gave me more fuel than I thought. I think that thing's half full. Might even be full. Okay, now the business. Let me show you what we're looking at. That is what we are going to be replacing with this baby. All T25s, we gotta take them out. Okay, so that is the reed style there. Yeah, you can definitely see light through them. Yeah, you can see it on the camera too. You can see light through right through these suckers. So yeah, you gotta keep this cover, this outside mesh cover, and put it on the new one. So yeah, excited to see how these match up. I'm feeling, from what I've told, this is a huge mod to make, so excited to see how it holds up. Gasket behind, line those up, and then use the old cover, slap it on there, fits on there nice, and then slap her in. So we got it installed there. New one in. Wasn't that bad actually. I thought removing a gas tank on a snowmobile was a lot harder, but Polaris makes it easy for you. So time to reassemble this thing. This should make it a little bit easier. So that was a pretty easy job. We got it done in, I don't know, 30 minutes. All you need is a 10 mil, a T30, a T25, and a flathead screwdriver to put that in, so super easy. So the second piece I'm going to be putting on my sled today is the Gen 2 clutch kit from Whiskey Throttle POWERSPORTS, made by IBEXX. And this kit's pretty slick, comes with very easy instructions, a bunch of QR codes in the boxes and stuff like that to make it easy. Scan the QR code, it sends you to the Whiskey Throttle website. But he does put the magnets in the weights for you if he knows what sled you ride and stuff like that. So in my case, he knew that I had a 155 boost. So he put recommended amount that he recommends on his website in the weights already for me, so I didn't have to try to figure it out myself. I actually did scan the code, and then I got to looking in here and I was like, wait a minute, this already has the exact weights in here. So makes it super easy that way. So thanks Jody at Whiskey Throttle for just going one step further and doing that for his customers. That's super awesome. So we'll get to opening the side panel here, replacing the primary clutch spring and weights, and also all the bolts in the primary clutch with the Whiskey Throttle titanium bolt kit that we have here too. So we'll lighten up the rotating mass, and we'll be rocking the IBEXX clutch kit that's gonna make this sled super responsive. So let's get to it. Here we got the primary spring, green, and then we have the primary slip washers. So you stack these on top of each other at the back of your clutch, and then you put the spring in your clutch, and these kind of make it so that the spring doesn't bind. So that comes in the kit. Then we got the weights over here. As you can see, this is the QR code that you can scan that has all the weight guide. So he already puts them in there though, like I was saying, and then you can scan this so that you get warranty on your clutch kit. And then, so this is the secondary part of the kit, secondary roller bearings, and then we got secondary spring, red and pink, and then we have the helix. So for the primary side of the kit, you won't need any special tools, you'll just need regular tools that you should already have. For this side of the kit, you will need a compression tool to take out the old spring. There is a C-clip in there, so you got to take that off. So you will need something to compress the spring together in there, the old spring, so you can get the C-clip out. I'm gonna have to find myself one of those tools and get that done. And then the titanium bolt kit. So lots of bolts to swap out here, lighten things up. Let's get to it. Here's what the clutch is looking like. Stock bolts in here, black spring. Looks like they updated the bolt to a black bolt, I guess, but I'll be swapping that out anyways. Then we got the stock weights up there. So we'll be zipping the cover off, taking it out, taking the spring out, and then we'll get to the weights after we pull the spider out a little bit after the spring's off. Kind of skipped ahead here, but I had to figure it out myself before I document it. Just take the belt off, screw the tool in here, take your metal clutch guard off there, and then you can push this in and out now. So you want to push it back so you can get access to your weights, and then you can just pull your weights out and replace them with your new ones. It's kind of your stock weights. There's no adjustability on these. You either have to shave them down. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's why I'm running the IBEXX one, is because you have a lot more adjustability and you can just fine tune exact RPMs. So, and it makes your sled a lot more torquey and a lot more responsive. So now that we got the weights out, we will put the new weights in, and the new titanium bolts makes it super easy. He already put all the magnets in there for me. This titanium bolt right here honestly feels way lighter just holding it together, so that's pretty sweet. That feels like literally nothing in my hand. So we'll try this out here. In here, when you take your old weight out, there is a little metal piece that's in your clutch stock, so you have to take that out to fit the new weights in. The new weights have like a rubber or like a really hard plastic outer bushing, so that it doesn't need this little metal thing, so it doesn't fit without it. So you'll find if you try to put it in there, it's going to be really tight, so just take that out. So this is the piece that I'm talking about here that you got to take out. Take it out quick. Okay, we got the weights in there now with the titanium bolts holding them in. You put your two slip washers together, place them over there. Grab your spring right in there, and then you can put your cover back on. Now I'm just going to look at the little postcard that comes in the kit. On the back side of it is all the torque specs for the titanium bolts. Clutch cover bolts are 8 foot-pounds or 100 inch-pounds. Figured while we were in here, we might as well take this stock clutch bolt out, replace it with the new titanium one. I need some big artillery for that one. We got the primary clutch all buttoned up there, and all the bolts fit nicely in the old packaging. I got the secondary bolts all ready to go with all the washers on there. And yeah, we're just gonna crack these loose and then start installing that stuff. So as you can see, there is the black spring in there with the gold cup where the roller bearing will sit. But we got to get this C-clamp out. Okay, we made up this tool to get that snap ring off the clutch here. My nice weld job and my grandpa's ingenuity here. We got, what do we got? A piece of ready rod, a nut with a washer. What even is this thing?
Hydraulic coupler.
Hydraulic coupler. And then just went through and then welded this little fork piece and so that we could still access the pin through there, and then just put a bolt on. It took very little pressure to just suck it down, and then snap ring pliers, and she came right out. So ready to put the new spring in the secondary and the new helix along with the roller bearings that comes in the kit. When you take the secondary part here, you have this thing on top with the C-clip holding that down. Once that pops off, you got a spring, and then you got a gold cup at the bottom. So in the kit that IBEXX and Whiskey Throttle provide, they put in these roller bearings. It's more like free spin so that there's not much grinding on this spring, kind of the same as the slip washers that go on the primary clutch there. So definitely a good idea to put these in there. So it says take the gold cup out, put this in there like that. So just kind of place it how it comes in the kit. Washer, roller bearing, washer, then place the gold cup back in. And then yeah, that I can already tell that's what you want. It spins nice and freely in there without it, you know, grinding or anything like that. So that must be the main difference in the secondary kit. The spring Must be a little bit stiffer, gives you a little bit better shifting. So then you place that in there. Don't think there's any special way, it just kind of pops in. So washer, roller bearing, washer, gold cup, spring. Then you will put the top piece on here. Looks like about here. That's going to be interesting to line up. So just like that placed in there. And then we'll take my specialty tool that I just made and we'll put the secondary clutch through there. We will have to compress this back down before you can put the helix in. We will put our welded up farmer weld. I better come show the camera this. Some crazy looking thing. I literally just had this piece here and then I just welded this little piece on. Worked to get it off, so hopefully it works to put it back on. Run it down. Then we'll put this nut on top here and run it all the way down. I just never cut this ready rod because I didn't feel like messing around. That's why it's super long. Fast forward. What I'm doing is I drew a line where the double tooth is that you have to line up. Just drew a line with the Sharpie where it was. So when I suck this down, I can line it up. I'm gonna start tightening this thing up. This actually works out handy. Little piece here, hold my thumb. It's almost like I made it like that. I definitely wasn't too lazy to cut it off. I would never do that. Okay, we're getting to the part where I'm gonna spin this.
Roger, Nissan, Rod, or one other.
No way, bro. Hey.
Is that email figured out?
No, I just... Okay, I had to come put it in the vise. We got it past where I need to put the C-clip in, so I'll go grab the C-clip. And definitely don't be afraid to make your own one of these, because it's pretty simple. C-clip is in place. So that was by far, I guess, the most time-consuming part of this whole process. Now that that's over with, we can install our new helix that comes in the kit. So when you're installing your new helix in the kit, you just want to kind of move this around and test fit this a couple times to make sure the bolts line up. It'll take you a few tries to kind of just, so when you twist it, the bolts line up perfectly. But you kind of have to put it in there so that you put it in, drop it in, and then twist it into place, and then you're ready to put your bolts in. I'm just going to take a little bit of Loctite out of the titanium bolt kit, put a little bit on each one of these. Okay, we'll go put this in the vise, give it a little extra torque, make sure I don't strip any of these, and then we'll be ready to install it back into the sled. Got all our parts in there, so just opened up the titanium bolt kit here, installed all the stock parts back on the bolt with the titanium washer at the end and the new titanium bolt. We'll want to make sure we Loctite this one too. Then we can pop it on there. Man, this sled's really blinging with all this titanium goodies on here. I think just the raw looks really good, but I could only imagine what I seen Turcotte running a set of gold. Gotta get it to the right spline, then it snaps in. Then we take our bolt, run it in quick. You want to go ahead and torque this one to 30 foot-pounds. I'm just going to tighten it up with a ratchet, just like I did with all the rest of them, until I get the torque wrench. So the next part that we're going to be adding to the build from Whiskey Throttle POWERSPORTS is the IBEXX high velocity air intakes. So this one is on the right side of the snowmobile, pull cord side. You have to take this little vent out here that has two little push clips, has like the plunger inside there. So that's made to suck hot air in when isn't getting enough air, so it'll open that up and suck hot air in just to get air into the motor if it's suffocating for air. But I don't think that's gonna happen very often because these things are way bigger than what is on the sled. So like the surface area has gotta be at least doubled, if not tripled, with just on one side of the snowmobile. So like both sides, that's a lot more surface area to be sucking air in through. So super excited to try this out. Let's get it installed. So it looks like we got this piece here to take off. One of those bad boys. Just twist it off and then this piece will pop right out. And then we'll be able to slip this right down in there. It looks like it has two spots for the push washers that come in the packaging. So the 2 push washers will go from the underside up into there to hold that in place, and then you'll have your 2 screws. And slide it in there real quick. Looks good. We got the IBEXX high velocity vent on there, 2 push clips, one here, one here. You gotta drill the plastic out a little bit, just a touch. Get the push clips up and in there, and then you gotta use the longer bolts that come in the kit to fasten it into here. I went push clip, and then fasten it in like that. I don't know, it seemed to work for me. I like the way it looks on there for sure. Not like it sticks out or anything. It folds nicely into here, so it's not like coming out and over this or anything like that. It looks really sleek. Curious to see how it holds up and how it performs, so super excited for that. I'm hoping it takes the bog right away. That's what I've heard. So the final product that we're going to be putting on the Polaris Boost here is the intake boots from Whiskey Throttle Powersports themselves. I think they just popped up on the website, so go check them out. They're 6-ply intake boot, so that intake boot is not going to be collapsing when the turbo pulls a vacuum on you. So that's going to definitely help out a lot. They're definitely pretty dang stiff. So looking forward to trying these out and seeing how much they help. So let's get them on the sled. Just like that. Super easy. You can see this one literally flexes with 2 fingers. All the way squished. 2 fingers. Oh, that's 2 fingers. We'll do whole hand. And it still, still cannot get it to squish fully all the way through. So definitely a lot stronger, and it's gonna work better. Don't make fun of my face in that one. We'll put this one on here. Okay, we got the Whiskey Throttle Powersports intake tube on there. Fits pretty good. Excited to see if it helps out. And honestly excited to see if all these parts, what they're gonna do. So really excited for this build this year. Whiskey Throttle, huge shout out to them. They make some awesome products themselves, and then they sell some sweet products from IBEXX as well. That's really gonna make this boost breathe and hopefully not bog at all. So can't wait to get her out on the snow and test these parts out. So that was the Whiskey Throttle Powersports video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it and took something away from this. Hopefully you guys are looking at these parts and thinking to yourself the same thing that I am, and thinking that they're gonna work very well to not make your boost bog and make more power and make it a little bit more responsive on the snow and less boggy on the bottom end and have no powder bog. So hopefully you're thinking the same way I am, and you hit the website at whiskeythrottlepowersports.ca and pick up yourself some parts, maybe some swag or something like that. But that's all for the video for today, guys. Stay tuned for stage 3 and stage 4 of the build on the 2025 Boost. Hit the link in the top right corner right now or in the description below to go check out Whiskey Throttle Powersports website. Peace out.